gang! Welcome to Roll the Damn Dice, Building an Icon. I am your host, I suppose, for this episode, Toni, and I am joined by two of my other Roll the Damn Dice castmates. Would you like to introduce yourselves, gentlemen?
Hi, I'm Stephen. I've got absolutely no idea what's going on this day.
I'm Paul. I suddenly feel awkward that two men are going to criticise a woman about her D&D build.
One of you's gay, so it's fine.
Oh, good. But which one? Can you guess?
Yeah, so I've gone for a slightly different character. I've not gone for your classic D&D type sort of think character like Stephen did Xena. Mm-hmm. I have gone for Charlie Kelly from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
They should do a D&D episode.
That'd
be fucking amazing.
It would be brilliant.
Yeah, because the community ones were so great. So, how does Charlie fit into D&D context?
Well, Stephen, I'm glad you asked.
So, Stephen, have you seen any of Always Sunny?
I saw like half of the first season. There was I know it's been going forever. I know we can't like always judge things by modern standards. But the first half of the first season was so problematic. I couldn't.
But it's deliberately problematic to point out how awful. But it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah,
it really isn't.
Sure.
I think anyone would admit that, including the makers of it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I have gone for a multi-class for Charlie of a bard, which feels pretty kind of makes sense.
Yep.
And barbarian.
I think barbarian is the more obvious for Charlie.
Well, that was the one I kind of came up with originally when I thought about this idea, was the barbarian side of things. And then I kind of realised that, well, Charlie is actually, he's very musical, as we see that in a lot. For example, in episodes such as The Gang Desperately Tries to Win an Award.
This is some good research.
The Nightman Cometh, which is probably the most iconic episode.
I've performed that on stage in a nightclub. I'm just saying.
Nice.
I was Frank.
Put that in the link down below. Yeah, and he's quite artistic as well. So D made a smut film. He is seen to paint an entire gallery's worth of paintings. They're not good, but he does it. He's also weirdly got quite a high charisma. So the way I've split this is actually 15 levels in Bard and 5 levels in Barbarian. But yeah, though quite high charisma, particularly with women. Actually, surprisingly, not the waitress. But, Charlie and Dee
His actual wife.
Charlie Day's actual wife
is the waitress.
So yeah, in episodes Charlie and Dee find love. He, Ruby Taft, I believe her second name is, one of this very wealthy woman is instantly attracted to Charlie and very much starts falling for him.
Well, to be fair, he does look like Charlie Day, so...
Yeah, to be fair. The gang miss the boat. Charlie and Dee kiss, and also the gang hits the slopes with Tatiana as well. One character, she's just in that episode. So if you don't remember, that's fair enough. So that's kind of my reasons for the bard. Mm-hmm. Then barbarian, he shows quite fighty sort of tendencies. $100 baby. Charlie goes into underground fighting with Dennis and Mac. Frank retires. There's a bit where Mac attempts to choke Charlie out. Charlie's absolutely fine, but Mac ends up choking himself out. And also the gang wrestles for the troops, where Charlie, along with Mac and Dennis, I feel like I'm talking and there's so many words.
No idea.
They do a WWE style wrestling match to entertain the troops. So the specific subclasses that I've gone for with this is College of Glamour, and Path of the Totem Warrior.
We're on to D&D now.
Yeah. Now you get. Yeah.
You're happier now.
I'm
now we're
invested.
talking my language.
So, which one's I've not done much with bars. Which one's College of Glamour? Is that more about being able to disguise yourself and stuff?
There isn't actually a lot of disguising in this. College of Glamour is a lot more like using performances to affect your enemies. So performances almost in a combat situation.
Yeah.
However, Charlie believes that he's a College of Law bard.
Yeah, of course he does. Of course he
Yeah.
does.
So, for example,
Particularly bird law.
bird law. I'll be coming on to bird law.
Oh,
a
okay.
little
Sorry.
bit.
Sorry. I've.
No, it's fine, please. It's so Silver Tongue is an ability with College of Law. Charlie does not realise that he is illiterate. He thinks that he can read and write English. He cannot. In one episode, Flowers for Charlie, he believes that he can speak fluent Mandarin. He can't speak fluent Mandarin. So yeah, he's actually College of Glamour. So enthralling performance is the big one that I've seen in Glamour Bard. So enthralling performance is once per short rest, you can choose 4 creatures that watched and listened to you perform for a minute. Each target makes a wisdom saving throw and is charmed if it fails for an hour. Or it takes any damage. Usual charmed rules. So Charlie has done multiple times. I've mentioned a couple of the episodes already that Charlie does these performances. The specific one I'm going to go back to is the gang tries desperately to win an award. Charlie, in that episode, writes a song for the pub. This song is amazing. It's genuinely really good. And then they're like, yeah, we can't have him doing that. And they shut him in a basement where he gets high. And then he crawls out of the basement and sings another song, which is called Go Fuck Yourself.
I'm pretty sure that the first one, Charlie Day, that's just him noodling. He just
that doesn't
wrote that
surprise
song
me.
while
Charlie
they were there.
Day is an incredibly talented man. Charlie Day appreciation episode. So yeah, and within that, so in D&D terms, charmed just means that your enemies won't attack you. It doesn't necessarily, it's not particularly mentioned if it's a positive way or a negative way. Obviously people think it's positive, charmed. But I've gone with it kind of being more of a negative place. So he sings Go Fuck Yourself in front of a panel of judges who are there to judge the award that is mentioned in the title of the episode. And the audience are just shocked, confused, speechless. They're not attacking Charlie. They're charmed through fear, but they're still charmed, technically. So, I think that's a nice...
No, yeah, it's good. It works.
Any questions? I've been talking for a
No, that's
hot
fine.
minute.
I think I like it as a build.
So, talk me through, how it would work in a combat situation.
So this is going to be combat.
He's presumably got to fight a character from Always Sunny, is he?
It'll be Dennis, because Dennis is a
Dennis.
bastard man.
He is a bastard.
Charging
What
with
about the
Dennis.
brothers? What about the
Oh, the McPoyles?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe the McPoyles. Although I feel like even Charlie would be scared to fight them, because they are.
They hate him. They want to kill him.
Yeah. But with
Sorry, Stephen. We'd go more D&D. I'm so sorry.
with the combat, it's more of the barbarian side of things than necessarily the bard. I think
Okay.
the bard is definitely more from a roleplay point of view, but then also those feats, a couple of the feats that I mentioned. But with barbarian, I've given Charlie a great club, which, if you know Always Sunny, Charlie has a rat hitting stick. I'm so sorry,
I
Steve.
didn't ask.
Presumably,
actually-
also, he should have some sort of thing that he huffs, like a magic thing that he huffs.
So this is what I kind of think when he rages. It's the huffing of paint that Charlie does.
Okay.
He rages because that's what he gets him really like.
I really want to see this character played in D&D. I think he's
How have
amazing.
you statted this? Because it's you
Well-
want to be high charisma, but then obviously you want to be strength and...
I have. Well, they're both high. I have handouts for both of you.
130... What?
Barbarian, a level 20, by the way. This is level 20.
Okay.
I'm glad he's got plus 11 in animal handling. I just feel like Charlie would.
Yeah, plus 11 in animal handling, plus 12 in nature, and 11 in survival. Those are the 3 ones I thought were they're the big ones, I think.
Mac would have to have Mac would still have a low religion score, wouldn't he?
Oh, yeah.
They thinks he's religious.
I have put in because with bards you pick 3 instruments that you're proficient in. They didn't have piano on there, so I put pan flute instead of piano because it began with a P. So
I think you can choose piano.
it's not on. It
What?
wasn't. It
Because
wasn't an
people
option.
are out in the forest pushing a piano round into
It's
battle.
a small one.
It wasn't. To be fair, it wasn't
A
an
guitar.
option.
I'm thinking a guitar.
So I've given him a high charisma is the highest strength.
Yeah.
'Cause like I said before, he's pretty charismatic. And then I've put strength as a second one. Then constitution is quite high as well, because Charlie's he's practically invincible. I'll talk more about that when we talk about the barbarian side of things. And then dexterity I gave 2, because I think, he's little, he's scrappy, I feel like he can dodge things. And then intelligence and wisdom I've put as like the lower ones, just because he's not a smart lad.
You got to dump something.
Got to dump something, and it's just right for the character.
Oh look, Totem of the Bear, of course.
Why?
What?
So Totem of the Bear is so when you do the totem for the barbarian,
Yeah.
you choose an animal to affiliate, and then every few levels you can choose different animals. But level 3, Totem of the Bear is a very famous one because you become resistant to all damage
Except psychic. Yeah. There is reason behind this.
I know, but it's the one that everyone goes for because you're a barbarian that's resistant to everything.
Yeah.
But psychic.
There is reasons. I read through all of the bard subclasses, all of the barbarian subclasses, and I chose the ones that I thought fit. I was going to go with Path of the Beast, because I also wanted to give Charlie like this animal kind of sort of vibe, because he just is. He's really close with animals. He's, Charlie Kelly, King of the Rats. Charlie talk about how much he is a rat himself. Dennis Reynolds, An Erotic Life. Charlie and Dee swap lives, and Charlie explains to Dee that 80 cats live outside his apartment.
Yeah, I feel like he should be part of the cat, Totem of the Cat. Is that a thing?
There's Totem of the Tiger that I didn't choose for reasons. I can't
the
remember.
tiger is all about movement speed or jumping or something.
It didn't fit.
Basically, if you do a totem barbarian, you're gonna go. Everyone goes bear. It's the best.
It is the best.
It's the best.
It's the best. So yeah, the reason I went for the bear one specifically is, like Stephen says, it's resistant to all damages except psychic. I've mentioned Charlie is pretty invincible. $100 baby, like I've mentioned earlier. They literally start hitting him with chairs and he feels nothing.
But words can hurt him.
Yeah, Charlie Kelly is very sensitive especially when it comes to the waitress, who is the love of Charlie's life, but she absolutely hates him.
And she's just known as the waitress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome representation.
Well,
that is the joke.
I know it's the joke, but still.
So examples of this: Chardy McDennis 2 Electric Boogaloo. One of the rounds they have to do is emotional battery, and they bring in the waitress to just roast Charlie for a solid minute. He blacks out and cries. And then Mac bangs Dennis's mom. Frank has sex with the waitress. Charlie very, very upset. And also A Very Sunny Christmas, when Charlie finds out that his mom was a prostitute, and guys would show up to his house dressed as Father Christmas and then would proceed to have sex with her, and he has a complete breakdown because of this. So very sensitive. So psychic damage will do a lot to Charlie.
I know that's the classic. I like it when players. I'm not saying you did this, but players min-max their character and then work in a backstory. Well, that's just the way it is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm that person.
So obviously with Barbarian as well, not Barbarian, so Bard, you have spells. And so I've chosen, at level 20 you get a lot of spells, so I've just picked the ones that I think are actually very representative. There's a couple in there that I've just put in there just to kind of fill it up, I guess, like as filler ones. But I've got a list of like the ones I've chosen with specific reasons behind them here. Message is a cantrip. Charlie loves walkie-talkies. There's a couple of episodes where he uses more walkie-talkies in the episode. Then Vicious Mockery, the song Go Fuck Yourself. I think it was pretty damning, if you can tell from the title of the song. Animal Friendship, Charlie's sort of affiliation with animals. Charm Person, and then Disguise Self. In the series, Charlie is shown to have a lot of costumes and disguising himself, such as Al Pacino in Serpico and Richard Grieco as well. enhanceability, and with enhanceability, it would be Bear's endurance that I would go for with that. Because he's very, very, very unhealthy lifestyle, huffing paint, eating bad food, drinking paint, drugs, alcoholism, but isn't dead yet.
Yeah.
Probably make him resistant to poison then.
Yeah, to be.
Paladin. Oh no, this is he.
Shatter. Charlie Day, the actor, has an incredible voice. Like, his vocal range is insane, and that has been shown off in Always Sunny quite a few times, where Charlie Kelly has hit some notes. Like, he's got a gorgeous voice, like, amazing. So Shatter just felt like it made sense. And then Eyebite as well. So just scaring people with his performances, like enthralling performance.
You got Hideous Laughter as well. Is that the one where you say something? You as the character, your Charlie, would say something so funny that would cause the enemy to go prone from the joke that he made. So that from what I've learnt, that seems to be fitting.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, it kind of works.
If I remember that spelled correctly, I could have got that spelled
No,
wrong.
that is right.
Doesn't appear they're laughing in their head.
No, they
No,
are
they're
laughing.
reacting to something you said. It's
Oh,
a wisdom
they're
save,
laughing,
and then
right.
they go prone and they can't get back up until they pass their wisdom save. But obviously now they're prone. If you've got other, barbarian, just make them go prone and then go over and with your actual attack.
With the rat stick.
The rat stick.
And then, for a little bit of extra detail, for the background, I chose Haunted One. It's kind of been alluded to quite a few times. I won't go into details because it's not pleasant. That Charlie has pretty not great childhood, even if he doesn't necessarily realise it himself. This is kind of mentioned very briefly in the episode PTSD, which I actually watched today. So yeah, and there's a feat that comes with this, which is Heart of Darkness. So people, it's not really a feat necessarily, but it's when people like see you and talk to you, they do everything. They realise that you're kind of a bit sad, and they do everything in their power to help you and defeat the enemies and stand by you. And even though the gang are like pretty horrible, they love Charlie. For example,
They do love Charlie more than
they love Charlie more than anyone else.
in the gang.
Yeah, so the gang misses the boat. Dee and Charlie go out, and Dee's like, I really want to be horrible to you because the gang normally make me, but I actually just want to sit here and just be nice. Charlie Kelly, King of the Rats. The gang realise that it's Charlie's birthday and they've forgotten it, so they go out of their way fully to go make him throw in this surprise party for his birthday. And get him like some really thoughtful gifts based on a dream journal that he has, and there's a lot of weird shit in there, but they do it, they make it. But yeah, that's
good. So Toni,
yes.
If anyone's come to see our live shows, or just watch the program, you will know that Toni is definitely our best, like, impressionist. Does the best accents.
Accents, impressions are very different things.
But just if you could do a Philly accent.
I don't know what a Philly accent is. It's like, I know it's like
it's New Yorky, Boston-y.
With some weirder pronunciations.
Yeah, it's like Philadelphia and Florida are so niche. Those all.
So my Frank is Charlie. It's all down here.
Yeah.
I've got no relevance to know if that's good or not.
This is a really good Frank impression.
Yes, if you tell me, I believe you.
It's Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito.
I think I can do a reasonably okay Dennis.
Go on, do a Dennis.
Be gone from me, vile man! Be gone from me! A starter car? This is a finisher car! A car of the gods! The golden gods!
You're right, that was excellent.
That is a good Den. Comment below if you got like the other cast, what you think they would be.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah, I've got nothing, so just comment.
D would be a bird.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember what's that species that's bird.
Aracora.
That's the one. Yeah.
I think Danny DeVito would be like, I don't know, like a dwarf?
Yeah, well, he in the Dayman Cometh, Nightman Cometh, Dayman Cometh.
Nightman Cometh.
Nightman Cometh. I always remember. He's a troll. I sort of feel like he'd be some sort of goblin-y.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goblin
so somewhere between goblin, troll, dwarf. Cool. Well, I feel like I never have to watch this show now, so thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, that's kind of all of my. As far as I'm aware, that's all I've gone
That's
through.
good. It's good. I genuinely feel like I want to do a level 20 campaign just to have this broken
the icons.
You've got a broken character in that they're too powerful.
Yeah.
You've got a broken character in that he is a broken human being.
Oh, I also forgot as well. There's one thing I want to do. I need to speak to the DM about, but the inspiration die doesn't get higher, so it's a D4 from level 1 to level 20.
He can't
Why?
be more inspired.
Because he's not that inspiring. I just explained how all his performances are terrifying.
Would that work for like what's that thing that bards can do where instead of giving inspiration they kind of make the enemy's life harder? So you can use your bardic die to take something off
that
a
would be
hit
good.
or to take something off a saving throw.
I
That'd be a good
believe
twist.
that is a specific subclass.
Yeah, so I think Thrain is College of Law. She could make you fail your dexterity saving throws by taking a hit die. Gabriel he could take it off your hit, and he's College of Eloquence. So maybe there isn't a version of that.
Or perhaps
poor Charlie.
The DM would let you, like, I think if it was me, I'd say, yes, you can do that, but the other D4, like if it was when you get to D8, the other D4 can be to negatively affect your enemy.
Yeah.
That could work, actually. Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Cool, I think we've summed up.
Yeah.
Charlie? Are you happy, Stephen?
I honestly,
No idea.
I feel so the same that I did when this started.
I love
Stephen's
it.
been sitting here the entire time mouthing off to the camera. While me and Paul have been getting into like a really like deep
We
discussion.
could nerd out a lot more than this.
Okay. I think your daughter's calling me.
Yeah, but yeah, I think if you have anything to add to what I've just said, if you think I've made maybe a wrong decision with this build, or just if you want to see anything else be built, make sure to comment below, let us know, and just I suppose go out into the world and roll the damn dice.